Hey, yo, what's up? The disciple Marcello Currents reign back up in this anti-Illuminati all day, anti-telepathy all day, anti-America all day, and everybody with them. So yeah, this video is gonna be about I'm $100 bill and they pennies. I'm $100 bill and they are pennies. I'm a $100 bill and they are pennies. See, because this is what people try to do. What they try to do is think, oh, well, let's say in case, and just be very specific. They think in the case of me being at war with them, that the universe or the community even are going to find that they are more worth keeping than one man. But God doesn't see it that way. And honestly, real people won't see it that way. They'll feel like, well, he's worth more than a million of y'all. What y'all gonna do with your life? What was your plan? What vocation you going after? Oh, okay. You plan to get a good job paying maybe $14 an hour, and that's all you gonna do. That's what you plan to do with your life. So in the universe, when I'm sharing information that they parents didn't even tell them. They parents didn't even tell them Martin Luther King Jr. was mother was killed, shot and killed in church. They parents didn't even tell them that. They parents didn't even tell them, or they didn't even know that Martin Luther King Jr.'s family settled out of court in 1999, not 1965. 1999, the American government settled out of court with Martin Luther King Jr.'s family for conspiring against him. Now, the American government doesn't just, as we know, own up to something they didn't do. So they owned up to conspiring against Martin Luther King Jr. So if I'm revealing this information and your parents don't even know it, and you don't know it, and your kids don't know it, how are you more valuable than me? Therefore, who you think gonna live, me or you? You got people that are valuable in the world, what happens? They get security, they get protected. And what do? You're subject to getting shot walking down the street because you're not as valuable. So you gotta walk around without security. You gotta walk around America, crazy as these people are, with nobody protecting you. Because you're not that valuable as you think you are. If you was that valuable, you would have security. I'm just keeping it 100. If someone seen you as valuable, why you ain't got no security? In some form or fashion, whether it's the streets, whether it's the neighborhood, somebody. You ain't got no kind of security. But yet you think all of y'all gonna live with your no security having self over somebody that's fully protected like me, and that you can fully see there's repercussions for messing with that person's life. You can fully see that. You can fully see that there's no games being played concerning my life. But you think you're gonna live over me. And it's already been demonstrated that there's no games being played concerning my life. But you think you're gonna overlive me because it's many of you. But you're pennies. I'm just keeping it 100 because it's nobody's fault but their own. You reduced yourself down to being a worker for America. That's what you reduced yourself down to. That's your own fault. I chose to rise up. That's the difference. You chose to be a worker and just go along with the program. And how's that working for you? Yeah, how's that working for you? Going along with the program of America. Some people would rather die than be a slave. Some people would rather die than work for this country like you do. And never do nothing and become significant at all. And yet you think you're more significant than me at the same time. Come on, man. See, the problem with America is Americans want to be all things. 1 minute you think you're famous, you buying stuff like you're famous. 1 minute, another minute you want compassion for the government so you can get some food stamps. Okay? You got your favorite shades on acting like you're famous, but then you're crying to the government, but you're crying to public assistance but you didn't get your food stamps. You want to be all things. 1 minute you're famous, 1 minute you're part of the struggle. 1 minute you're famous, 1 minute you talking about you feel people pain in the ghetto. You know, like, make up your mind, man. Which lane you in? It's one thing to it's one thing to be a various, a complicated person, a complex person. It's one thing to be that. It's another thing to not even ever really be defined. You know what I'm saying? But yet they think that because they got many numbers, that's the power. That ain't no power in that. Where's the power when they have no power? Where's the power? Because people can be mowed down. You should know that. Look at history. I ain't got to point it out. You can have millions and millions of people mowed down by God or by the police or military. You take your chip, you take your pick. There's not no power in numbers in this day and time. When you got people that are pennies, so we see there's no power in really numbers. All they doing, what are they doing? What are they creating? What change are they creating? They're not creating any change. Then you have one man like me, I'm creating all this change. Through Christ. So that destroys the whole philosophy of power in numbers. That doesn't intimidate me when I know y'all pennies. And I know God is just waiting for you to jump. When you think you close and you think you really playing games, you're not, because God know you ain't about that life. So he just sitting there looking at you because he know even though you think you close, you're not about that life though. So it ain't real. It's no different from you being 5 miles away or right here because you fake. I'm gonna say that again. It doesn't matter if you're here or 5 miles away because you fake. So it's no different than a man being 5 miles away and that threat being nothing, then you're right there. It's the same thing because you fake and you ain't about that life and you think being there means you are. It means you pose a threat and you don't because you ain't about that. See, I bust through that psychology. I know about through all that. You don't pose no threat to me. Okay? So that's as far as the war aspect of the numbers, the many numbers, they're pennies. They don't have any virtue. They think they could do what they used to could do. And now they looking and shaking themselves and they can't do it. It's a whole different situation. Now you forced to get bags for individuals that you violated. That's all you're doing now. You can become in a factory of bags, buddy. You becoming a factory of bags, man. For real. That's what you becoming, a warehouse of bags, bruh. Because you violating. And if you don't think I'm gonna get mine, you don't know me well enough. You can tell whoever you want to tell. The police cannot save you from karma. Your military cannot save you from reaping what you sowed. Ain't no thug alive and no mob, mafia, anybody can save you from God. Okay? They can't help you. You put yourself in that situation. Yeah. How can God even help you? When you done wrong. God can't even help you. You've done wrong. You've violated the universe. That's just like somebody who do a crime. How God gonna help you and you obviously did a crime? That part. Tripping, man. I'm telling you, they thought life was a video game. Now you see it ain't, bruh. Yeah, you can't just do what you want to do with people and human beings. You should not be mistreating animals, but with an animal you might get away with some stuff. But a human being that has brought a child into the world, that is loved by other people, nah, bruh. You gotta go. You play games with a human being. I guess you thought I was an animal. Guess you thought I was a fox. Ain't nobody playing no games. Yeah, you looking real stupid now because now there's repercussions. Now you waking up, it's dawning on you now. Ain't nothing you can do. This is a fixed situation. It's a fixed fight. I get my bag or y'all suffer. I don't care what you say. You can call me king of corn on the cob. You can call me king of Jupiter. You can call me king of Pluto. If I don't have no bag, you suffer. Simple as that. I'm cutting through that foolishness. Because that don't add to no money. That don't add to nothing. I ain't feeling that. You got me messed up. I guess because you think I'm spiritual. Oh, that means I could just accept an IOU. Nah, bro. Hey, you owe me bread. Big bread. Money, life-changing bread. Superstar bread. You owe me superstar bread. 9 figures. And if I don't get it, you suffer. God is backing me, man. God is backing me. God is backing me. Trust me, God is backing me. Yeah, so you can try to rev up and act like it's some other way out and try to drag us along. You spinning your wheels and you playing chicken at the same time. You spinning your wheels and playing chicken. I can wait you out. I ain't got nothing but time. I can wait you out while you out there suffering. While you out there going through what you going through and thinking your many numbers is going to do something. Your country is getting COVID by the many numbers. People are getting COVID by the hundreds of thousands. Okay? That's what's going on. Just in case you in Jupiter, you astro projecting to Jupiter. Okay, while you're astro projecting to Jupiter, right here on Earth, the planet Earth, COVID is spiking every day, everywhere. Okay? That's what's happening. And out of those numbers, people are actually dying. So why you little arrogant Americans think that, oh, well, I'll just get COVID in quarantine. Everybody can't quarantine. Some people just die. You forgot about that, didn't you? You so arrogant, you forgot about the just dying part from getting COVID. You just thought about quarantining once you got it. In a perfect world, everybody could quarantine, but everybody don't get that opportunity. Obviously not. Obviously not. Everybody does not get to quarantine. They don't get the luxury of doing that and getting just letting it go away. Better check out the news, partner. And every time you playing out there in the field, playing around my life, you could die. Why you thinking you can quarantine to get rid of it? So all those numbers that you got, they're out there dancing with COVID-19, thinking that they can quarantine in the back of their head, and you might not make it to quarantining. Boom, how about that? So while you out there playing in the rain with COVID, God sees that and technically speaking, I'm not in my business. So every day it's getting worse and worse for you. Those numbers mean nothing when the COVID is coming down like rain. I'm just letting you know. New York is spiking, buddy. Like spiking the ball, baby. You know how a football player spikes the ball? That's how COVID is spiking. Spiking all across the field of America. I'm just letting you know. And you could say I'm cruel, but they were cruel to me. They were very cruel to me. And they thought they would play these diva games. Trying to be a diva. You see what that got you? You see what that little funny stuff got you? Trying to be a diva? Omicron, that's what you got. That's your crown. That's your little diva crown. Your little diva crown gotta say Omicron. Ain't got no choice. Because since I've been here in this apartment, that's what has happened. Omicron came what? 2 months ago? About that. Working on 2 months. So less than 10 weeks ago, you have been introduced to Omicron. That's what you've been introduced to. A whole different animal of COVID. Yeah, and you played all these games with me. You don't think God's gonna have mercy, concerning my attitude when you've been playing games all this whole time? Playing with my life like I'm a rat in the maze. I ain't playing no games with you, bruh. Lost your mind, bruh. This ain't no high school fight. This the jungle. This is the jungle, buddy. And you finna find that out. Ain't no police can save you. Ain't in the jungle. Is this a program? I'm not in a program. They ain't a program. I'm in the real world. And in the real world, we don't care. Okay? You don't have nobody to save you in the real world. That's what's wrong with these crippled, emotionally dependent people now, codependent people now. You codependent on so many people and things, and even your government think you can play with people, and then you subconsciously thinking your government can save you. Yes, you are. People that's playing games like this, game stalkers and all that, subconsciously they're dependent on somebody to save them. They gotta be. Think about it. They gotta be dependent on somebody in their mind. Like if something happens and someone wants to kill you, then what are you gonna do? You ain't gonna do nothing but call the police. That's all you're gonna do. You're gonna call the feds. That's what you're gonna do. So that ain't gonna work with me. Yeah, boy, you talking to a spiritual man. I'm worse than the Voodoo Man. I am worse than the Voodoo Man. I'm a servant, a prophet of God. I'm worse than the Voodoo Man, buddy. The police can't save you. You done played around somebody, done got messed up and hooked up to somebody worse than the Voodoo Man. Ain't nobody fault but your own, buddy. You see how I move? I move solo. You don't play with nobody like that. I don't need no extra energy and other energy, and I'm taking care of all of this. And I give God the praise. I'm not playing no games, man. You don't play with people like that. So while you think you a million strong or whatever strong, you messing with somebody that's worse than the Voodoo Man, and I got the results and the numbers to prove it. I'm backing it all up. That's the difference. I'm backing it up. It's one thing to say something and you don't see nothing. I'm pointing you to everything. I'm showing you. I'm pointing it to you. And I was talking this way before COVID even came. That's the difference too. All these other people, they wouldn't say, now all of a sudden they know what it is. Now they defining everything. You wasn't talking about nothing, and then COVID come, now you prophetic. Now you a prophet now. Now you know why all this is happening. I told them if they followed me to California, I told these Illuminati gang stalkers, I told them, I said, if you follow me to California, plagues is gonna come on you, man. That was in 2019, October. Around October 2019, that's when I told them that. Less than 7 months later, there you have it. That's a real prophet. I told them, I warned them to leave it in Florida and let it go in Florida, and they chose to go to California, I'm sorry, y'all got wiped out because of these people gang stalking. Ain't no games being played, bruh. You better tell these folk. Ain't no games being played, bruh. We washing up anybody and everybody who won't smoke. As simple as that. Ain't nothing cool about it. I'm not trying to be hip about it. I'm not trying to be a tough guy about it. What other way you want me to say it? You want me to say it nicely? So does it seem like I'm a gangster? How you want me to say this? That they gonna get repercussions for what they've done. Ain't nobody playing no games. You don't gotta believe me. Go look outside. And you better not look too long. You might get COVID and die. Who says you can quarantine? You might go to the deli and get an item that someone has COVID on, and you dead. Vaccinated and everything. This ain't no game, bruh. I guess you suicidal then, huh? I guess you ready to die for real, huh? Because people that want to live ain't playing no games. Only these people playing games is suicidal. You must be. You must ain't got nothing to live for. You burying your soul to try to be somebody famous, huh? You need to sit your drag queen tail down. Trying to bury your soul to be someone famous. I got to put it all out there in the wintertime to be someone famous. You know the type. You know the type. You know exactly what type I'm talking about. And you finna get your whole world turned upside down playing with me. Because I never like divas. That's one thing about me. I never like no divas. I can't stand no diva. Self-centered, narcissistic, egotistical, poisonous. Poison. I don't like no divas. I like somebody who can walk in the room and everybody know. You the king. Everybody know. You don't gotta put on no show. You know what I'm saying? That's a turnoff. I don't do divas, man. You know what I'm saying? And look, I don't discriminate. Everybody acts to have equal rights now, right? Okay, so when if a gay person, I gotta say this, if you step into the ring with me, playing any kind of games with me, then you can't hide behind gay discrimination. That's all I'm saying. You chose to play with a grown person. And you wanted to be treated equal. You being treated equal. I'm treating you just like I treat somebody straight. I'm treating you the same way. Look at my adversaries I talk about. Am I talking about gay people? Do y'all hear me talking about gay guys or gay women? My main adversaries are not even gay. Okay? So that you know. So if I'm equal, I got to give you the same smoke they get. That's being equal. It works both ways. It don't just work one way. I just be nice to you like everybody else. I got to give smoke to you like everybody else. That's real. Hey, that's real, bruh. That same thing with black people. Same thing with black people. I can't just be nice to you. I got to also give smoke to you too. When you violate, they own that too. Oh yeah, they own it too. As soon as you say something, you're racist. You're a racist. Not this time, buddy. Look at my skin. Look at my experiences that I'm talking about. Not this time, buddy. You just violated. That's all it is. You violated, and God is bringing the judgment. You ain't getting away. Now you're trying to be quiet. You ain't slick. You had your part in this for the past 2 or 3 years. Way back in North Carolina. Yeah, I ain't forgot. You thought I forgot, huh? Yeah, it's payback time. And I'm going to do it officially, the right way. Unlike you, I'm going to go by the rules. I'm going to stay a gentleman. I'm going to be just. And I'm going to continue to speak the truth as it is. While you getting what you deserve. That's how I'm going to do it. That's being a gentleman. I could be nasty. You deserve it. But I'm not going to let you get me totally out of character like that. Because that's not honestly, nasty is not my mission. My mission is to make you get what you deserve. My mission is to make you get what you deserve. So I ain't got to hit below the belt. Sometimes do I hit below the belt? Of course I do. I'm human. In a perfect world, I would not hit below the belt with black people. I would not hit below the belt with my enemies, of course. But you all hit below the belt. I'm just real enough to say it. Yeah, you do it in your mind. You hit below the belt in your mind. Yeah, you do. So you have all perfect thoughts and these ignorant people doing and treating you all kind of way. Man, stop playing with me, man. I'm just real enough to say it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only way it's going to change anyway. Because I ain't telling you nothing wrong, and I ain't telling you nothing they ain't doing either. So that's really the bottom line. I mean, how can you really say something is racist when the guy's telling the truth? I mean, really? I mean, how far can you go with this perspective here? When he's sitting up here showing you clearly black on black crime, gang banging, kids being killed by gang bangers, stuff you want to ignore. And you think your numbers mean something, and y'all killing each other. Man, you can't be serious, man. Same thing with white people. You've been shucking and jiving a million years, and you think your numbers mean something. Man, it's payback time. Them numbers don't mean nothing now, because it's payback time for you. It's karma time. So your numbers don't mean nothing because you under karma. Let me say that again. Your numbers don't mean nothing because your numbers are under karma, moron. Then you got one blessed man that's winning. Y'all under karma. Them numbers don't mean nothing.